So now I'm going to tell you about a fantastic holiday I went on a few years back. It's quite a funny one really, when I went skiing. Now it was quite a while back, because at the time I was only 22. It looked like such an exciting thing to do though, so I packed my bags, got my backpack sorted, packed my skis, and off I went on the train. Travelled and arrived in London. Met with a load of others. It was really exciting. Was all ready for our flight. There's a big group of us that were going to go skiing, all with our luggage, and inside my pocket I had my passport, my name and my documents, tickets, etc, etc. So I offloaded my skis in my bag, and this a lady that was with us, she offered to look after all my personal paperwork and everything and my documents. I thought, great, wicked, one thing I don't have to do. So we plodded on, carried on, and we travelled on the plane, and we finally arrived at our destination. Picked up my skis, got to the airport, arrived at the airport, that was all done, job done. We all had something to eat, had a little chat and whatever while we had some time to kill. So we had 6 hours before we arrived. So we all had a little sleep, had a chat, had a drink, so on and so on. Now the lady, this girl with wavy hair, I asked her where my passport and everything was. She said she'd left it. She'd left it inside the airport. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. How am I going to go on holiday now? Oh, I was cursing. I was so mad. I had to explain to the authorities there at the airport, my passport was lost, everything, I haven't got any my documents, what am I going to do? So one person spoke to another, he spoke to another, I sat there, I was pretty annoyed to be honest, gutted. Until I found out, they told me I could fill in this form, which means I could still travel with it. It's a bit like a visa form. So I wouldn't need my passport. I was like, oh, brilliant, thank God for that. So I filled out this form and I kept that with me in my pocket at all times. Oh, I could have hit her, but I thought, you know what, forget it. I'm going to enjoy my holiday anyway. I'm just going to imagine what it's like when I do finally arrive there. By the time I slept and woke back up, it was ready to go. So we grabbed our skis over my shoulder again, all our luggage and everything. Packed that and off we went on the coach. There was an official man there before when we arrived in the country, and he was checking everyone's passports and documents. Obviously I only actually had my letter because that's all I had. Oh, sorry. Interpreter's mistake. He showed the visa to get onto the aeroplane. So when I was on the aeroplane, I was relaxing. Nice flight. We finally arrived. We had to take out all our luggage and everything and so on. Now, I'm in the queue, and the person there, the officials, they're not really going to know who I am because I haven't got my passport. So there's this man sitting there looking a bit grumpy with his big belly, clearing everyone, letting them go through at the other end. And there comes me in the queue. So I show him my letter. He looks down at my letter and just sort of says, right, okay, speaks through to his radio and gets someone to come out. Next thing you know, someone's grabbed me on the arm. And off I went. I was dragged off into this little office. Now this official's sitting there, looking at me, talking. Obviously, I can't understand this man. Thankfully, this holiday rep, overseas rep, come and did all the talking for me, and they talked one to another. I don't really know what about, but well, they finally let me free, so she must have solved the problem for me. It was a pain because I was the only person with that bit of paper, but never mind. So once that was cleared, that was great, wicked. I could go on holiday, so I could carry on, I could stay there. So I grabbed my skis and my luggage and everything, and off we went. We carried on up to this mountain. It was quite a little way up there, to be honest. And it was beautiful. Everywhere I looked was white. It was a lovely holiday scene. Oh, I'd had my piece of paper. Thank God I had that. The skiing now, I tell you what, it was just great. It was beautiful. Jumps up and low, high, loads of different things and partying. Oh, tried everything while I was there. It was great. I tell you what, it was nothing like I imagined, but it was fantastic. Tell you what though, I did kind of miss home, and when I was ready to go, I packed up all my belongings that didn't smell too great. Put my skis away, got my rucksack, and when I was ready to go, so off I went. Same palaver, all our stuff in the coach, travelled all the way back to the airport. No, right, someone asked me if you got your ticket ready for your flight home. I didn't have my ticket. I mean, I had one coming out, but I didn't have one coming back. Oh my God, I looked everywhere for it. I couldn't find it anywhere. Oh, I was cussing again. So we arrived at the airport. I opened up my bag. Oh, I was looking everywhere, all for my stinking clothes, everywhere, rummaging through. All in the pockets. Couldn't find it. This is awful, I thought at the time. Then I remembered, and I had to tell someone I haven't got any tickets. So I had to go with someone to this big desk. It was a bit like an information desk or something. Finally, I got my turn and I had to explain that I don't have a ticket. The person said, not to worry, show me your passport. I said, well, I haven't got a passport either. The person was like, right, okay. All I showed was what the French man gave me before, with the piece of paper. The person said, no, this is no good. I said, well, this is what I used to arrive here, and I thought, well, surely I'll be able to go home on the same thing. No, they told me no, I needed a ticket. I was really starting to panic then. So we was talking and talking. Again, had the rep there talking and trying to explain and sort this out. There was a lot of to-ing and fro-ing in the conversation. Finally, they gave me a new ticket. Well, it wasn't like a real ticket, but it wasn't exactly the same as a real ticket, but it was enough to get me home. So I carried on, waited for my flight. It's about 2 hours. And when we arrived, I showed them my paper again to get back through the country, and they held me hostage again, even when I arrived back. I told them again I don't have a passport, and they were about to chuck me out, thinking that I was a liar or something. Oh, I was really nervous then, but the rep had to come back and explain and say, no, this is my bit of paper. This authorises me coming in and out of the country. And again, I had to explain about the French man who gave me it in the first place and so on. And tell you what, that holiday was awful. I was so nervous. I thought I was going to end up in prison. They were talking and talking for ages and I was just standing there. I just wanted them to finish, to be honest, so I could get on home. I was thinking my flight's going to be soon. I don't want to miss it if I'm going to be stuck here. But I mean, looking back now, I have to laugh, to be honest. Because in the end, I was allowed to fly back home. Thank God. I was so happy about that. When I arrived, I was just relieved. I just couldn't believe it, really, the fact I'd lost my passport, I'd lost my ticket out there.